Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2022, and you can find this. We're recording in the Penthouse Apartment podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away. You can watch me completely fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
And you can find the both of us on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And in this week's episode, we're talking about the Witch Queen expansion from Destiny 2. It's all spoilers all the time.
Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
Joining us this week is the MVK Fire Team. You know who that is. That's Marcus, Ven, and Kat. So welcome, Kat and Ven, to the show. And what have you guys been up to?
Who's going first?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Katerina, what is up? What you been doing?
Well, I guess I've been doing a lot of gaming because I feel like all of the games in the entire universe of games decided to drop stuff right now.
I know.
I've been spending a ton of time just grinding my light level or I guess it sounds power level, in Destiny 2 with both Marcus and Vennaros. And now we're just getting to that point where like kind of super anticipating the raid dropping this weekend. And I still hopefully can get some more pinnacle drops before then, but I'm just keep working on it.
And what else have you been playing?
I'm also been playing some Star Wars The Old Republic. I've been also grinding gear like mad on that because they also dropped not too much of an expansion, but a fuck ton of gear grind. I hope it's okay that I cursed there.
You can absolutely swear.
This is toilet talk.
It's been a lot of grinding. So I'm kind of like up to my eyeballs with the amount of stupid grinding that I've done in the last week and a half or so. So that's about where I'm at.
I've heard you become quite the crack pilot in Galactic Starfighter.
I'm sure you haven't heard that. Well, I did kill some Guildies today, which was hilarious.
Well, so whenever I queue for GSF, I just sit in the back and do nothing, or I just crash into the asteroids because I find that to be the most exhilarating part of it.
Well, if I can find anyone I know, I'll just try to murder them. That's basically my whole entire strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I feel like February. I feel like, okay, so the COVID excuses are over, right? For releasing games.
Yeah.
And all of the devs were like, we're doing it. Everybody's like, okay, we're not going to make the holiday season. So everything in their brother is coming out in February.
Right. Because February is like the lull month, right?
Right.
Like baseball hasn't started yet.
Yeah. In
football
March
is gone.
Yes.
You know what I mean, there's basketball and hockey, but it's like
we're not talking about baseball right now.
It's well, whatever. It's mid-season for basketball and hockey, so it's not like there's no big draws for people to occupy their time.
Canceled this season.
You know,
fucking greedy bastards.
The whole season's done.
The first 2 or 3 series are canceled as of right now.
Yeah, they already pushed it out.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well,
someone catch me up on that. What's even going on?
There's a strike.
I feel like games are canceled. Right? That's about it.
Yeah, it's basically the normal contract negotiations.
Yeah,
the unions are pouting, and they're pouting like little babies. And the Major League Baseball is playing hardball, no pun intended, to say, oh, we're only going to give you this money, and the players want everything, and the owners want everything. It's just
the normal stuff.
So they didn't agree. So they've canceled opening day and 1 or 2 series after that so far.
Yeah.
So players won't play because they want more money. Okay.
Well, their contract is up. So like just like teachers, when the teachers union, I'm gonna fuck that up. When the teachers unions contracts are up, most of the time the teachers strike because they want more than what the school department is willing to give.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same shit with baseball, same thing with football.
And it's not even like, it's a lot of stuff. It's like, it's not just the money per se. Like, let's give you an example. In the NFL's collective bargaining agreement, they decide like which substances are banned and stuff like that. So there's a big push to like get cannabis not banned in the NFL. You know what I mean?
I think they
As
already
like a
did
bargaining
that.
chip. I think they did too, but or at least they got CBD approved, something like that. But things of that nature, you know what I mean? It's the whole structure of like the league and how you handle things and how free agency works and like all that types of details too. So it's not just like the money; it's also stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it can be complicated, is my point.
So yeah, February has been overrun with games. And then I think March, there's like nothing coming out in March.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind
There's
of good.
shows.
Well, actually, there is one thing coming out.
What?
I'm still following New World, although I haven't had time to play in a few weeks. They're actually having an update with another raid coming out, another dungeon, expedition, whatever.
Same thing.
Dungeon, Flashpoint, Expedition,
Yeah, all one.
Legendary Lost Sector, whatever you want to call it.
Group content.
Group content.
Yep. So they're actually doing that.
You know, that's, I feel like they have to. All the games, you know, I feel like the people who are playing New World love it, and they're going to be, the people who are playing it right now love it, and they're not going anywhere.
The real player base is whoever's playing right now.
That's
Yeah.
correct. And,
Yeah,
and
I
people
agree.
are going to come back for the next dungeon, or they'll come back for the expansion. Hopefully they fix the end game, and it'll just be, it's an MMO. That's what happens, you know? But I will say with Destiny, like the light this time in compared to when I first started to play, I feel like the gear grind in Destiny right now is better than it was when I first started to play it. I feel like
I don't know. You know what I think, though? I don't know if it's better or if you learn how to do it efficiently.
no, that's
You know what I
not me.
mean?
No, I'm
Well,
not me.
Well, yes, you did because you did it with us.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is I still don't understand the game. Like I've been watching some like ridiculous, it sounds so noob. I've been watching some like tutorial videos to explain the actual
Like mechanics and stuff.
game mechanics because like I really like I play it and I sign in, but like I don't really know what to do. But like
Yeah.
today, I learned today that until I hit my 1550,
50. Mhm.
like the world drops are going to drop the gear that I need. Did I say that right?
You will
Yeah.
gain power.
So
with
until
those drops, yes.
1550, whatever I do, I'm always going to get an upgrade.
Right.
Mhm.
In whatever I do. I thought it stopped at 1520 and I was there. So now I'm just running around like aimlessly just killing fucking as many enemies as I possibly can.
Yeah, but
To
you
do
can
it.
tell. You can see that when you watch your stream. It's a lot of spray and pray. I'm just
Shots
kidding.
fired.
Why he loves that new SMG because he can actually hit something because it's got built-in aimbot.
Yeah, right. But no, actually that gun is the problem. The Osteo Striga is the problem because I get used to using it and then I switch to
It
another
has
gun.
aimbot in
Yes.
that's
yeah.
like a mechanic
Yes.
of the gun.
Yes. So
yeah,
now
the
I'm
bullets track.
Oh, that's cool.
right. But the problem is then as soon as you don't use that gun,
Yeah, you suck.
you suck.
Yeah.
And you have to get used to doing it. So like I think I'm just gonna ban the gun and not use it.
What do you mean?
I'm
ban?
literally using
Like just
it
not use
every
it.
time I play PvP. And you know what, listeners? I don't care if that is toxic as fuck. I'm doing it anyway.
Actually, I was listening to DCP or the Planet Destiny podcast, one of them. They were actually talking about how they're saying that it's not that good in PvP because it takes so many hits to get killed. But I'm like, fuck that. As soon as I start shooting somebody, they're melting to the ground.
I agree.
It's like the Needler in Call of Duty.
I love.
I mean,
that
not Call in Halo.
gun. Halo.
Oh no!
I love
That's
the
Marcus's
Needler.
favorite gun.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's got pink spikes. Like, who doesn't want pink spikes? When I was a kid, I had pink spikes in my hair.
Oh, I know you had blonde frosted tips too.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Frosted tips.
With giant fucking gauged out loops in my ears.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
You fixed
wow.
them eventually.
Bro, with giant fucking earrings and two turntables and fucking laser lights and
Right.
clubs until 6 a.m. You walk outside and the sun's coming up and you're like, I don't want this. You know. Anyways, Ben, what have you been up to?
Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Ven?
Oh God, a lot of Destiny, only Destiny. Pretty much get up, go to work, come home, play Destiny. That's been my life. Just been grinding, helping people do the story.
There should be a Sherpa award or Sherpa title for getting people through the legendary campaign.
Really?
You helped so many people get through that campaign.
I did.
Professional Sherpa.
Yep.
I think I've done the campaign 4 full run-throughs of it now. And then a lot more of just the last mission helping people kill it.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it that hard? Oh, on Legendary. I'd imagine it's hard.
Yeah, on Legendary.
It's so good. It's so good.
How long is the base campaign? Do you know?
We did it in 5 hours.
No. That was the legendary. No, the base.
Base campaign? What do you mean by base campaign?
Like the first night, like with all the content. If you're just doing it on story, I don't know. I think we spent like
20 hours.
It took us a long
11.
Time.
Yeah,
it took us 11
hours.
or 12 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, because I streamed for 11 hours and we had one mission left.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's pretty reasonable.
12 and a half hours.
Bro.
That is a lot.
That's a real expansion. Dude, just the exotic quests.
No, wait a minute. Oh, I was asking about the base game. There's 11 or 12 hours of the Witch Queen story.
So,
content?
So if you
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like if you only do the stories, Nick,
Yeah.
and you don't ever do anything else, you have weeks worth of just story content.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? And you can actually enjoy it. And but you have to. The thing about Destiny that I kind of don't like is that you have to buy each expansion.
Well, lucky for me, I bought them all already. So.
There you go.
Problem solved.
Newsflash, everybody! Nick bought all of the expansions. So yeah, but I'll be curious to see if you understand how to like track through the missions and like define all that, because I'm still lost on the way they do their missions.
Okay.
I get lost.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm watching these fucking tutorial videos on how to play the game, because every time I play the game, I whisper to myself, suck less, Marcus, because I like am literally lost when I'm doing it. And I'm like, why the fuck is this so hard? But like, I love it so much. And go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, do you feel like are you literally lost, or you feel like the map is making you lost, or like,
no,
you're just not
like,
sure?
No, I'm not sure on like, in like Star Wars The Old Republic, it gives you clear path to what your next mission is and whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Destiny, the way it tracks, it doesn't like push you towards that. A mission ends and it's over unless you're doing the story for the first time, because then the story mission obviously pushes you to the next thing. But like, I just feel like I get lost in the whole, okay, I just did this step, what's the next step? Or, okay, while I'm here, I'm going to do the next thing. But then you got to like find that quest where it's not really like, it's all like jumbled up. It's not separated. Like in Tor, it's class story quests, flashpoint quests, operations quests, all that stuff. Where this is just thrown in the queue of quests and you have to dig through them to find the ones that you want.
Well, you could break them out depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I find so.
There are ways to filter them.
Quest is confusing too.
Yeah, so I again,
when I remember.
Yes, exactly. So, well, right, but like that's what I mean. So like I'm lost. That's where I really feel lost. But I find myself playing when I'm not playing with you guys or anybody in the clan. I find myself just playing and like learning the game, even more so than actually like playing it. I'm doing more solo. And that's like my big goal. Once I hit that powerful cap, I think I'm going to go through the campaign on regular for myself, like solo, just to see like it just helps me do it. You know what I mean? And maybe I'll just mow it over. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Do maybe it on another character then, because then you'll have the actual rest of the story in between.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a hunter.
What was the I think I'm power level like 13 something. Does that sound right?
Yes,
that is right.
1350 is the base.
Now.
Right. Everyone got moved up because of the Witch King expansion.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And was the starting gun always like essentially like an M4?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's just upscale because I'm starting at 1350.
Mhm.
Okay.
Fun fact, in D1, that gun was the best gun in the game for PvP for a long time, so much
Really?
that they made an exotic version of it, which is like
Wow.
the best rarity in the game.
That's cool. Wait, so is the start where you start at the Cosmodrome? That's the same start as Destiny 1, right?
Yes.
Okay,
They
I
ported
thought
that
so.
over 2 years ago,
Right.
made
And
like
it's
a
like
whole new tutorial.
that's the same tutorial, and then the story puts you in later in that timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I watched should I just wait, Ven, did you have more about your week?
Not really. I've just been grinding for day one. That's about it. Pretty
Gotcha.
boring.
Well, I can start about mine. I played Destiny last week.
Since when are you going first? I wanted to go first.
But yeah, you did have I'm kind of spoiling one of your points, but let's go ahead. So you go first.
No, you've already started. You've already ruined it.
Perfect.
I'm not in the flow now.
Well, anyways, I
You've
played
popped my bubble.
I actually played Destiny 2 last week, which was awesome. I was going to Monday night for stream, but I should back up. My internet wasn't working, and I'll talk.
Those
also go back
cursed
to that.
Spectrum people.
I know. Well,
I have
the
a rant about them myself.
I mean, the fact that it didn't work was not really Spectrum's fault, but then my experience with the tech was actually good, which I was floored about. So, like, I'll come back to that. So, Destiny, Marcus gave me a very generous Steam gift for my move into my apartment present. So I bought the mega deluxe edition of the Witch Queen expansion.
See, I think that's a fail
Why?
because you should have just downloaded the game for free and tried it, and if you liked it, then buy it. Because now you're stuck with it. Well, if you don't play it for 2 hours, then
I definitely played it for 4 hours.
All right.
And I didn't like it. So I'm jumping in with 2 feet here. But I played most of the Cosmodrome, or maybe it wasn't 4 hours then, but I played through half of that.
So you played an hour and a half.
Whenever you get to a checkpoint, a big checkpoint where it's okay, now you're going to the next step. The screen went dark and then they came back up.
The dock.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Spoilers for the intro, but I got out of I went in, I did the thing. The creature killed the person, and I got the piece of their angel. Is that what it's called? The little robot guys.
Ghost.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ghost.
Excuse my noobage. That's just terrible.
I love it.
I know none of the terminology.
I love
They're
it.
ghosts. It just reminds me of the keepers of in Halo on the rings.
Yes.
But anyways, I got out of that and I killed some things outside, and then there was a checkpoint. But I really liked it. I like the gameplay. I can see if I was going to get into an MMO, Marcus was right. It would be this one because I like the first person shooteriness to it, the running and gunning. And I'm actually kind of good at it. Whereas in Star Wars: The Republic or even Elder Scrolls Online, when I tried that, I was not good at the combat. You know what I mean? But this first person shooter setup.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is an MMO, but it's Call of Duty or Halo MMO.
Right.
It's a first person shooter, so it feels good because you're playing the gameplay that you like to play, but it also has story, it has extras, it has dungeons, it has all this extra content to keep it flavorful.
Right.
Where Call of Duty, you're playing domination, team deathmatch, or Warzone over and over and over, and occasionally plunder, and then
or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Whatever.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna keep playing for sure. At least for the story stuff, I'm gonna try and make a concerted effort to do that. I think I'll probably stream it at least for a while. But
Nice.
yeah.
Well, that's sweet because that means I will join you on Mondays to play it on Mondays.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you like it obviously, so it's it gets me more involved with the.
I don't actually like it.
You're just addicted.
I fucking love it.
Well, there you go.
Okay, but you know what I mean. It gets me involved with the guild and stuff too more, which is cool. It's I'm finding my happy place.
Well, what's nice about it's new, right? It's that new shiny thing for me. I've always said, I played SWTOR for 7 years, pretty much.
Right.
I tried Destiny, I don't know, a year ago, and I liked it, but SWTOR still had the fishing, I was still hooked,
Yeah.
and it was constantly pulling me back because I was on this drive to get to that nightmare raid clear.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't, like, blinders on, you know what I mean? Like I'm the kind of those horses, the Budweiser.
Oh, you
Clyde's-
were busy.
Yeah.
The Clydesdale.
Yeah, the Clydesdales. I had the blinders on. But now those blinders are off because I cleared one nightmare raid, and I realized that I need something else. And I loved the Destiny lore because even before I still watched all the lore videos and stuff, and it's so fucking crazy how much thought went into this whole thing.
Yeah. I watched a lore video yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday about like things, but the Destiny story through the Witch Queen. And I got like halfway through it.
Right.
Nice.
But it's really thought out.
It's
and,
crazy.
and deep and interesting.
And the only thing that I'll say that I think is bullshit, and the only thing I will say about Bungie that I think sucks is they really should have put D1 on the PC, because if they put D1 on the PC, I probably would have never played SWTOR again.
If you played that originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you would have got into that.
Yes, 100. Well, it's because it's a first person shooter, and like it gives you, I don't know, it gives you everything that you could want.
I remember our paintball teammates from Exalted just like playing that endlessly. Destiny. And I didn't understand that it was an MMO at the time. Like, how do you play that much of one game? You're not supposed to eat the mic.
It tastes good.
Did you taste it with your tonsils?
Oh my God.
Yes, listeners, he deep-throated his microphone while I was talking.
Anyways, so Nick, I'm excited that we've talked about Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be talking about it all night.
Right. Now I can at least relate. Obviously, I haven't played
Okay,
the
yes,
expansion yet,
but can
I
you
know.
tell everybody where the fuck we're sitting right now? Well, I kind of teased it in the intro.
So I'm in my new apartment. The penthouse is fully operational.
It's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
So everybody, see, here comes the carpenter cabinet maker in me. Nick has a 2-bedroom, 1,300 square foot, 3rd floor apartment.
You know, it's 1,300 square feet.
Yes.
I knew it was big. I wasn't sure.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
So, like, there's some people I know that have ranch houses, like
that are
houses
smaller.
smaller the square footage than this. You know what I mean? They have their basement that's finished, which makes it bigger, but like the main square footage of living space, your fucking house is big.
Right.
Like you went from
I went from like a frat house
frat house dorm room living.
to like the penthouse suite,
Yes.
which is awesome. But yeah, I went from like, really, I had a roommate before. So I went from, essentially 1 bedroom to myself, and I had my computer desk in there and then a bed. And that's basically all I could fit, and, a TV on a dresser, to like a whole apartment that's big, obviously, a bedroom, a second bedroom that I'm not using as an office, which is where we are now, office/gaming room, a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, and like a little walk-in closet thing.
It's a full fucking house.
Right. And I'm on the 3rd floor of this house. It's like a multifamily type deal. So I'm like,
It's the 3rd floor.
it's the 3rd floor, and it's the top one, obviously. So I'm like got the penthouse suite where when I have all the windows or the blinds up. It's like, I don't know, it just feels cool to see like
You're elevated.
you're above everything,
Like what I loved about living on the 3rd floor myself is like I could get out of the shower and like forget the towel and be completely fucking naked running around your house, and nobody's going to see you because you're on the 3rd floor.
Right. Especially during the day. At night, like you can see in if your lights are on.
Well, yeah,
It's-
of course.
It's dark, but during the day, yeah. Because
Is it dark or is it dark?
dark, but if you're from Dorchester, it's dark
It's dark.
or Southie.
Dark.
So that's awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I just moved in this past weekend, which is why I was not on the show last week, because I was prepping for it. It was a whole big spiel, big to do.
This is like a commercial for adulting.
I know.
But-
this is great.
But shout out to Atrax. Atrax stepped it the fuck up,
I know.
and
He did a
was
great job.
He was the first real co-host, because it was always whoever the guest was would just co-host it with me, and I wanted to replace Nick for the show.
Yeah.
And Atrax did an awesome fucking job.
Ajax did. He crushed it. It was great. So I moved in the small stuff Saturday, and then I pulled in the big guns and moved all the big furniture Sunday. And then I realized Sunday night like when I was setting up my internet, I had set it up already, but I set it up like earlier in that week.
Yeah, but you weren't really
I wasn't
using
here
it.
and using it. You know what I mean? So Sunday night after I moved in, I had my computer set up and I was gaming and watching Marcus's stream.
Yes, I remember this.
And like my internet all of a sudden would just be like, pew, no internet, like no connection. I was like, what the hell? And then even my computer would be like, no internet connection. So I go over, and the light on the router is supposed to be blue, and it was red. Unplug the router, plug it back in, still red. I'm like, okay. Unplug the modem, plug it back in, and then it came back. I'm like, okay, come over, start gaming again. I'm playing just like Call of Duty multiplayer. Marcus's stream, same thing. Hey, my internet just cut out. I'm back. Ha ha ha. Whatever. Marcus is like, oh, you're broke for moving in, couldn't pay your bill, blah blah blah. All the jokes, right?
All of them.
Then sure enough, boom, cuts out again. I'm like, probably maybe 20 minutes after the first time, and then it happened again, like 10 minutes later, and again I'm like, okay, I have to call Spectrum because this is not normal. Because sometimes things happen. You just, you reset the router or whatever, and stuff like that happens. But
well, with Spectrum, I heard really bad things can happen. Isn't that right, Ven?
Oh my God. My last day one rating experience when Vault of Glass came out, my internet, I was an hour in, about to fight the first boss. My internet went out for 36 hours.
Wow. That's bizarre.
I got cucked out of the raid race by Spectrum, so I'm kind of salty.
Oh, I would be salty too. Did they have an explanation?
No, they just had a random outage.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Mine was because this house was built at like 1937, and the original line is from like, 1980. 80. You're right.
Yeah, when I saw the line, I was like, they should definitely put in a new line because that line looks old as fuck. It was black. It was a black coax cable, but it was like gray black. It was so old and dry rotted.
It was
like
right.
that coax cable can't even handle dial-up internet,
right? Exactly.
Let alone fucking whatever your megabytes are.
Yeah, 100. Nothing crazy, but
so slow.
It works fine. It's just me. You know what I mean? I don't have like a wife that's on Facebook constantly or TikTok. I'm just throwing shade.
What are the wives?
You know what I
use?
mean? Huh?
Snapchat.
Yeah.
The Google.
Yeah. I don't have kids streaming Mickey's Play Clubhouse or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
You should be watching fucking Into the Spider-Verse over and over.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? I don't have multiple devices. It's just me.
Yeah. No,
the,
for sure.
The most I stress it out is if I'm playing a game while I'm watching something.
I was just going to say that the most you're ever going to do it. Because if like right now your TV's not on because you're not in the living room watching it.
Right. It's off. Like my phone is in my hand, but I'm not doing anything on it. Right. So point being, I don't need crazy internet, but so Spectrum was good about it. I called them. They're like, hey, I explained the problem. I was like, I did, the normal troubleshooting, turn stuff off, turn it back on. It's not working. Like, okay, I'm going to run some tests on my end. It's test the signal. And he goes, ooh, yeah, the signal's terrible. We're going to send a tech out right away. I'm like, oh, okay. Like tonight, it's like 8:00 at night. It's like, oh, no, tomorrow. How about like they can do 9 a.m? I'm like, well, no, I was off, but I didn't want to get up that early. So they actually had an evening tech, which was cool. I thought like, oh, they're going to have to come between, 8 and 4 or something like that. But they're like, oh, we have a opening 5 to 6 p.m. or 7 to 8 p.m. So I picked 5 to 6. It was like 5:15. I get a call and he's like, oh, I'm running late for my previous job. I'll be there at 6:30. I'm like, perfect, fine. Gets here, tests some stuff, runs tests like, yeah, your line is terrible. Your modem and router are fine. Goes outside, sees that like the signal coming to the house was fine, but the line from the street up to the house is what was garbage. He's like, all right, I'm gonna run a new line. Do you want? I mentioned to him I'd really love a new line in my office because it was in the living room before, so I could hardwire my PC.
Right.
Sure enough, he's like, yeah, that's actually works better for me because I can put the ladder in the driveway instead of on the snow and ice, and it's safer when I go up to the third floor to drill the hole in the wall and stuff. And yeah, boom, bam. An hour and a half later, a whole new line ran, and I'm hardwired my PC, and I was good to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It was like the ideal internet problems like experience.
Yeah.
They fixed it right away.
Got a guy,
gave you options, and the guy knew what he was doing and immediately just conquered it.
And he looked like a beekeeper.
Yeah, he did. He had like a hard hat on, but it was like he was all fluorescent yellow from like head to toe. And then, had like steel toe boots, giant work belt, fluorescent pants, fluorescent shirt and jacket. I will say he had to go in and out of my apartment on the third floor like 17 times, which I felt bad about. All with his steel toe boots all the way up and down. And every single time he went out or in, he put booties over his boots in my apartment. It was like
That's
like
really nice.
disposable.
Well,
ones,
that's
so you didn't
because-
track
Yeah.
stuff in.
Well,
that's obviously the
yeah.
company policy.
Company
Well-
policy.
But still, like, I appreciated that. That's a pain in the ass for your tech, but like he was following it to a T. He did an awesome job.
Do you know if he was a contractor or an actual Spectrum employee?
I think it's Spectrum employee because he had a Spectrum van too.
Then he was a real Spectrum employee, then that's why you got the quality service. If it was a contractor, the guy would have pretty much been smoking butts inside your apartment.
Right. That's what I was expecting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Been like,
Oh my God.
Looks like
like
you
you're-
got to call somebody else. I'm not running that line tonight. You're on the third floor. Fuck that.
exactly. That's what I was expecting.
Give me the cigarettes.
Right. Carl, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it was awesome. The guy was super professional and got things done super fast. Did like a lot of things quickly. And I super appreciated it. And then Monday night, I think I clicked on to stream. Because I couldn't download Destiny, I just streamed some Halo multiplayer, but I was able to stream like, you know,
Halo.
I think he got there at 6:30 and everything was good to go by 8:45 or so, something like
8.
that.
Yeah.
I would think it was live by like 9:15 after I reset up everything. So it was cool.
That
It was
is
awesome.
nice. Yeah.
I was expecting the worst and I did not get it. I got like
Excellent.
as best as you could ask for. So kudos to Spectrum for once. Typically they suck, but that was a good experience. Marcus, how's it going and what have you been up to?
Nothing. We've already talked about it. That's it.
Oh, okay. So in AIE news,
Yeah. So a couple things. So I've been playing a shit ton of Destiny. I have not logged into Star Wars: The Old Republic since February 16th, which was the day after the expansion release, which is this is the longest period of time that I have not played the game. I am going back to do the raid.
okay.
Like seeing that the new PTS has come up with the first 3 bosses. What in the fuck are you doing, Nick?
I clicked the link.
My fucking ears. That was
Okay.
so loud. All right, so there's a link inside my show notes for my own section. It's just a YouTube link. It doesn't even tell Nick what it is. He
Right.
fucking clicks on it and it's at full blast. And it was like I was standing in front of the speaker when Paul Oakenfold was playing, and the speakers are bigger than me.
No.
They're like 8-foot tall speakers, and he's just starting, and that's how loud it was in my
Oh my
ears. Yeah.
God. There goes my rib cage.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
So,
It was,
So-
yeah, go ahead.
so what I was saying is the hearing about that there's a PTS of the new operation really does make me excited to play SWTOR, because believe it or not, I really miss playing with my friends. Like I miss my
Yeah.
raid my raid team. I miss Doritos. I miss Rube. I miss Bell. I miss Intisar. Like there's people that I miss a lot. And I'm going to raid in the game. But when I come back, I'm going to be light level, whatever the base is, 306. I'm not going to be geared. So like I'm going to have to do story mode raids all over again. Because originally when they announced all this back for December, I wanted to be one of the galaxy's first clears for the raid.
Right.
And like where our team was when we won, I felt like we could have been one of those
that
teams.
ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah, like Lauren's team would have actually been way better than us and all that stuff. But for the most part,
Yeah. You up there.
yes, I wanted to be there because they'll probably do another like special thing where if you clear it on hard mode in the first week or two, or the first 2 weeks, you're going to get a
Yeah.
special mount. They're
Yeah.
probably
Something.
You're right. So I really wanted to be a part of that because I missed out on the Isaacs one and all that
Mhm.
stuff. But I've been so burnt out, and I love Destiny so much that I haven't. But seeing that this raid is coming out is really making me excited to play it.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
But in the meantime, I've been having so much fun with Destiny because it's a whole new world. Like I feel like I'm Ariel floating to the surface of the ocean looking at all the humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, that song, A Whole New World, it's not from Ariel. That's from Aladdin.
It is?
Yeah. It's when he's taking.
I just
Jasmine
lost. I just lost mad respect for my kid.
Yeah, you did. Big
Wow,
time.
I failed.
Wrong Disney movie.
Fuck. All right, can we do that over? Take it out of the podcast. I can't be embarrassed like this. Fuck.
Rewind. Delete.
You feel like Jasmine on the magic carpet? Is that what you were saying?
Oh my god.
I'm
oh
not
my god.
editing this
Oh my
out.
god. Kogus's stream yesterday.
Okay.
He was talking about raincoats.
Okay.
Okay, and it just went down the deep end.
It was talking about like condoms.
Yeah, but he was
condoms?
literally talking about a raincoat
Oh
start,
no.
and it just went downhill. It was 20 minutes of me laughing hysterically.
Okay.
Like hysterically. Like I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. It was the most ridiculous shit ever, but it was hilarious. Anyways, so the nice part about playing Destiny for me is this is a whole new game. And like everything is
you
new.
call it a whole new world.
Yes.
A magic place where I don't remember the rest of the lyric.
Anyways,
My whole goal in this segment is just derail your train of thought as often as possible.
what was I talking about? Oh yeah.
How you
So
like
I'm-
Destiny?
Yeah, so I'm learning how to play it in like the quests, and like it's just really good for me to play it, and like I try to figure out shit first, and then when I fuck it up or I don't know what I'm doing, then I ask for help.
Yeah.
But then another wrench got thrown in it. So I was talking in the AIE officer channel, and I was like, "Oh, who runs the Destiny clan?" And Duras piped up, and him and I started to talk about it. And I asked him if he was gonna play Destiny. And he's like, "I might." And he's like, "I'm really hooked on Lost Ark," which Lost Ark is finally like a AARP MMORP. I don't fucking know. It's a Diablo MMO. That's all I know.
Okay.
And
Like
supposedly it's
top
really,
down.
really good. So we were talking, and I said, well, he asked me if I wanted the clan, and I was like, well, no, I don't need it. Like, he's like, but you're playing it so much, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really need it. And then I said the magic words, and I was like, but like, this is who I am. But if you don't want to do it anymore because like you're not playing the game, you know, and you want to relinquish that weight on your shoulders, I'll take it over. The fucking clan was passed to me within like 35 seconds. I got a notification that says you are now the founder of AIE. I'm like, fuck.
His mouse, he had that pulled up and like had his cursor hovering over the.
Yeah, he's
button.
like, just say it again.
say it,
Say it.
say it,
Say it.
click,
Do it.
do it,
Do it. So
kill him.
So actually, as much as I was nervous about it, I'm actually pretty excited for it because I have a group of people that play the game, and a couple of them are really like dedicated to it. And I feel like this category in AIE has been hurting not hurting, but like hurting. Like it hasn't had much going on, and I want to bring it more to the forefront. So I am going to be starting like a mandatory fun night. We're going to try a couple nights. So like this past week we did Tuesday. A couple people in clan chat said, "Oh, I just didn't realize you were doing it." Blah blah blah. I might do it on Saturdays. I might do it on Sundays. It will be on a stream night, of course.
Yeah.
Because you know, on off stream nights, I like to dedicate that to like grinding and shit that like I wouldn't want to do on stream.
Yeah.
Even though everybody tells me I should be doing all that shit on stream so I can get help, but that's a topic for another day. Anyway, so we are going to start doing that. Follow the clan chat. I think next Saturday might be the mandatory fun night just to try it because it's a weekend, or the Sunday.
Yeah.
Or I'm not even calling it. I'm just going to call it clan night for now until we do it. That would be Saturday the 12th.
Next
Yes,
weekend?
because this weekend on the 5th is world first raid.
Right.
Raid. Anyway, I've rambled a lot. Anyway, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm excited about it. Well, Nick derailed me like 15 times.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in playing Destiny, come play. There's plenty of room in the clan. If we need to make room, we will make room for you. It's really fun. Now, the downsides to Destiny and that I found is it's really truly a 3-person game.
Yeah, for
And-
fire teams, right?
Right, for your fire team. And it does suck. And what I mean by that, it doesn't suck that you're limited to 3 people, but like the amount of like 4-player content and 6-player content is very, very limited. And sometimes, like, yes, doing a 6-person like activity like Dares of Eternity can be really fun when you go in really undergeared with 6 people and it just becomes a comedy show. But it's the game lacks that bigger group content. So for me, it really I struggle with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like this past Tuesday, so we were all playing PvP, okay? And I thought I was big fucking dog on campus, okay?
Okay.
Big fucking dog. So we get into PvP. See, when we queue with Ven's so good that we get queued with like the top like
Of course,
0.1%
it's
of
my
players.
fault.
And it's your fault. Don't
Well,
even pretend it's not.
No, just get good.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
No.
gonna say get good.
Yeah, you'd be like in 3, 2, 1,
one,
get
yeah.
good.
Right.
So anyway, so we're in it. So then SM Playboy, shout out to Playboy. He another awesome streamer, guest on the show.
Yep.
He was on the other team, so I fucking murdered him.
Just like by chance.
Yeah, just by chance he was on the other team, and I
No
killed him. And
way.
I was like, "Fuck yeah, I killed Playboy! F you, Playboy, let's go!"
Did you teabag him?
No, I would never.
You
do that.
have to teabag.
Oh,
your
I would
friends.
teabag the shit out of you if I was playing against you.
Yeah, you have to. That's
100%.
I'm not into the teabag. Like,
No way. Well, because you know somebody. I wouldn't do that to a random person unless I knew they were being.
no,
toxic.
I'm not into the teabagging.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do like the cat dance or like or like a some kind of like emo. I won't teabag. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's weird and creepy. Like,
Oh.
I do not want to put my balls on your face. Like, that's the last thing I want to do.
I didn't know they were emotes, so I'm
But
like,
then again, let me rephrase. If Nick was passed out, blackout, drunk, I would probably smash my balls on your face. Okay.
Oh my God.
well, yeah. But what if I had my shoes off?
I would still smash my balls on your face. Okay.
I thought that was
If I had the perfect opportunity, I would totally do it. Like, there would be no picture. I would never tell you till
Yeah.
the next day. Like, how you feeling right now?
It was like, how's your left cheek smell?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways. Wow, this fucking conversation has gone downhill.
guys
Yeah.
are
It's like-
filthy.
It's like Kitty and Kitty are with us again.
I know.
They're bringing it out in us. But anyway, so I murder fucking SM Playboy. So then the 3v3 match was fucking awesome. It goes down to we're tied up match point, right?
Okay.
We're going at
Is
it.
it like rounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you go, it's survive. It's
It's like
Survival.
search and destroy.
yeah, search and destroy. Right.
Okay. Yep.
So like, but anyway, so it's 3v3. Last Guardians alive, me and Playboy.
Of
We
course.
get into it. And he fucking kills me. I was so mad. I was so fucking mad.
Did you
I-
just charge at him, or did you actually play tactically?
No, I played tactically, but he came around the corner and I got hit with a nade.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking blasted me to smithereens.
Yeah, the nade we can do in them.
I was
The
so
Halo
mad.
strat.
And then he was typing in clan chat like, "Hooah! Marcus is dead." And I'm like, son of a bitch. Because all the other times I killed him,
Yeah.
didn't matter.
Right.
He won the fucking game by
He
killing me.
erased it all.
Yes.
right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the kill death ratio is.
Nope.
He won the game by killing me.
That's it.
Yeah.
All debts
Conversation
are paid.
over. Right.
All debts are paid.
So for that, it was really fun. But then the next match, he joined us and we played. And then Rad Dad came and we did our weekly for Gambit. And it was just a fun night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it more and do these things. I need to figure out, like, it's going to sound silly. I need to write down a plan on what I'm going to do because I find myself when I log into the game, I don't have a plan.
Bless you.
Thank you.
There's tissues over there if you want.
I got pants, bro. I'm a dude. So they're joggers.
Yeah, I have joggers on too.
All right. I
At
never
least
knew.
we know you're not like the newscaster guy sitting there with no pants on.
Yeah, no, not with Mark. If I was alone, there's
If I was in the COVID cave, I would definitely be pantsless
or at least shorts.
Oh my God.
or
Yeah.
shants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, underwear for sure, but pants
Yeah, I
off.
can't sit on my computer, Charlie, butt naked. I feel bad for him because it's like a mesh bottom chair, and like it's great for ventilation. But like if I sat on Charlie with my just straight up ass cheeks, I'd feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like your fucking ass would start going through all like the little mesh holes. You'd have all those little dots all over it.
Oh my god!
Oh my! I don't know if Ben is laughing or traumatized.
Honestly, I don't laugh that much from toilet talk. You know,
That's fair. Oh, I think it's
that's
fantastic.
just not what
I
gets
don't
me.
even know if that counts as toilet talk. It's
I know.
just like funny,
Just a ridiculous like
chair
image.
problems.
Right.
So anyway, so back to what I was saying is I'm enjoying it, but I need to make a schedule of items to do.
Yep.
Like when I log in, I need to have a plan because I find myself, I log in, I go to the tower and I go, okay, what am I going to do?
It's super easy to go down a rabbit hole in that game too.
Yes,
and then you
that's
just
what
start
I mean.
doing I don't know what, and then all of a sudden you're like,
But that's
fuck,
the fun
3
of it.
hours are gone.
But
And I
that's
didn't
right.
really do
like
anything.
I'm gonna like I want to do all like one of the things I really really want to do because I did it a couple times in before Witch Queen is the Legendary Lost Sector solo. I feel like me doing that alone helped me become a little bit better of a player. I'm still completely trash, right?
Yeah.
Complete ass. But I feel like I learned how to like hide behind cover and play less like I do Call of Duty and a little more tactically, right? And I'm learning how to switch guns faster and I'm learning all those things. So one of the goals I have is I want to do all the lost sectors in the Witch Queen in the Throne World. And like all of those like little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like but I just need to make a schedule that says, okay, here are my days that I'm going to play the game. This is what I'm going to do, right? Like tomorrow, I'm going to be grinding the shit out of gear because I want to be at 1330 across the board or 1530. So in case there is a day one opportunity, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Without question. Nick, you already answered.
Did I play Destiny?
You
The
already
answer
played.
is
So-
yes.
So everybody, I'm going to go back to this fucking link where Nick blasted my ears. This posted earlier. Can you turn it down?
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Oh my
with you.
god!
But like, so it's the world. It's Destiny 2, the Witch Queen, Vow of Disciple, world first raid race trailer. It's pretty dope. It shows all the countries of like where it's happening. It shows like little pictures of the raid. It's about to begin.
Yeah.
So for 24 hours, you're going to from Saturday, March 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, because that is the correct time zone, to Sunday, March 6th at 1 p.m. You have an opportunity to win a fucking WWF title belt,
That's really cool.
right? And like, it's such a cool thing. Like, so like I don't know why Star Wars: The Old Republic doesn't do something like this.
Right.
Do you know how fucking cool that would be if they did that?
Yeah, like an actual
But
belt.
you know why they don't? Because the raid would be broken on day one when they release it, and it would probably be unbeatable.
Or
The
something
thing
like
is,
that.
though, is that also though Star Wars has open PTS, so like everybody already knows how to do everything on the first day.
Well, that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's not
Yes.
really the same. Like D2 doesn't have that, so
Yeah.
everyone's racing from scratch. Like if Star Wars did it, everyone who wanted to
Would just
would already
grind it
know
on
how
the
to do
BTS.
it. It would be like you already know every single thing.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like there's no way to make it be comparable.
But yes, I'm agreeing across the board with you, but I'm just saying it's something that I wish that they did, you know?
I think it is a great thing and they should have it, but I think the way that they have their testing set up, you kind of can't.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a big enough team to test it because like
Internally.
Destiny has testers that aren't Bungie employees.
Yeah.
You know what I
They're
mean?
even trying to fill like another 100 positions or something.
Of testers?
Just employees in general.
That's cool. that
I
they're
should
expanding.
apply.
Yeah, for which
I should apply. Keep those programmers in line.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do, but like,
are you in like some sort of management position?
No,
I used to be a
'cause
project
Nick,
manager
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
for tech stuff. So yeah.
Oh,
I could
nice.
listen. You know why I wouldn't get hired? forget about my conversational skills, my grammar typing.
Oh God. Oh my God. What were we trying to do? Not sponsor emails. It was before that. We were sending I think this might have been the content creator program or sending.
Oh yeah, and you were like, Marcus, you are never writing another email again.
Yeah, when we were originally
Ever.
trying to get in the bio.
And I was like, dude, I'm a
program.
talker, not a typer. I'm good.
I'm like anything official, let me type it. Meanwhile, I'm the opposite. Like people ask me all around my office if it sounds right, like how to word things professionally before they post it.
And then
I don't know how that came to be.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little real talk right now before we move on.
Okay.
So it's really been on my mind all day. So I cried my eyes out today, like legit, like a baby cried my eyes out.
Yeah,
like.
You were all sentimental when you came over.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm a wreck. Like this shit fucked me up. So I saw a video today.
It was like a Reels, right?
Yeah, it was a Reels, TikTok, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Same thing.
And it was about like a dude talking, and it was somebody put their pictures of their videos of their kids, and they're like, you have 4 fucking years of your kids being a kid, like 0 to 4, 0 to 5. That's it. Like they're the purest at that point. Like before before they're indoctrinated by school and whatever bullshit they have to do and like be kids.
Yeah.
They like lose that kidness. Like, yeah, kidness. Like my son dresses up as Batman, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Flash, or a Power Ranger every day, all day long. He walks around Captain America too. Comes with me to the grocery store dressed as Captain America. People stop to thank him for protecting the store. It's the fucking greatest thing ever, okay? Like,
that's awesome.
So I watched this video.
He's just cosplaying all the time.
And I was at a job site in West Granby, Connecticut, which is a bougie area. And
in the middle of
and I'm sitting there waiting for the painters to get there. And so I come across this video. And it's like it started off as the kid being a baby and then like squirting a hose in the air with the gun, like the hose gun. And it's the kid's just getting soaked, laughing hysterically. And the narrator,
the voiceover,
yeah, the narrator's like, you have 4 years, like enjoy this moment. It goes like 0 to 5 is the most special time in your life. Forget about your kids. This time is so short. You're like, it's going to be over before you know it. And if you just blink it by and just push it through, it's going to be gone. And you're going to be like, what the fuck happened? And like, I just started bawling, like completely bawling my eyes out because like my daughter is 6 and she is not a little baby kid anymore. Yeah. Like she's like a person. And like, I legit lost my shit. And the painter showed up and I'm wiping tears. He's like, you all right? I'm like, I'm fucking fine. Let's talk about the job. And like, it fucked me up all day long.
Yeah.
Like legit fucked me up. Like when I got home today, I walked in my house through my garage and my kid was there. Of course, he was Miles Morales. He had the mask on and he pulls up the mask and he sees me and he comes over and I got right down on my knees. I said, can I have a hug? Gives me a hug and I squeezed him and he looked at me eye to eye. And it was like sad puppy dog eyes. And I just started crying, but like just a few tears. And he started to get choked up because he's like, why is daddy crying? And he goes, Daddy, why are you crying? Something wrong? And I said, no, buddy, I love you. And you could see him getting choked up because he's like, something's wrong with daddy. And daddy never cries right in front of me. And I just held him for a minute. And then my daughter came home and like, she like her and I are like 2 peas in a pod. And I grabbed that girl and I squeezed as hard as I could. She just started crying. I didn't even say a word. I wasn't even crying. She just bawled. And tonight, both my kids went to bed crying that they wanted their daddy because I'm here with Nick. But my point is, and I'm just saying this because this fucking video touched my heart. Like, if you have young kids or you just have kids, tonight, do me a favor, hug them a little tighter because the shit fucked me up. Like, legit, I am messed up because of this. And, like, my whole mindset, like, I'll be honest, I thought about today, like, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I own a business? Like, why don't I go get a 9-to-5 fucking job where I work Monday through Friday till my kids are older and then I'll start my business back up so I can be fucking home every day, 5:00 and punch out and forget about whatever bullshit job my boss has and be like, not my problem. But now I work for so many awesome people, and it's like the stress level is at 1,000 every day because you're running your own business, right?
Yeah.
The shit is not easy. And like, it really makes you think, like, is it all worth it? Like, what part is worth it?
Right.
Being able to like take a day off once every 3 months, just randomly to be with your kids, or being home every night and not have to stress about a job? I don't fucking know. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer at all. All I'm trying to say is tonight, everybody, fucking hug your kids, or tomorrow morning, hug your kids a little tighter. And when they ask what's that for, tell them you fucking love them. Anyways, in AIE news,
AIE news, Wednesday nights are Final Fantasy XIV's mandatory fun night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not.
join the free company, which is the Guild, as they lead you through fun stuff in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. They do so. Final Fantasy XIV is one of the most active guilds, clans, free companies in all of AIE.
Yeah.
I think they have like 2 or 3 mandatory fun nights.
Wow.
I know Friday night they do something called map night, where like you get treasure, like scrolls, and you have to like find treasure. Yeah, you find treasure or something. It's all to get
loot
money.
And like the stuff that you can sell is worth a lot when you do map night. So it's totally worth it. And it's
Cool.
pretty
Some
fun.
of the stuff is worth a lot.
It's a lot of fun. Ben's gonna be like, blah, but I think it's a lot of fun because there's like an aspect of gambling to it where you pick the gate, and like that's also kind of fun. I like it.
So you pick a gate, and what happens if the gate doesn't open?
It's behind door number
Then
3.
you are kicked out, and you don't get to progress the thing. So it's like it's fun, but it's
Oh,
fun.
that sounds wicked fun.
So wait a
I think
minute.
it is
So
kinda
like
fun.
you choose the gates, and like if you choose wrong, you get launched out of like the quest, or
You
you get the loot, and then you can keep going to better loot.
You'll get like the loot of the round that you won,
Okay.
and then you kind of like roll your chances to go on to the next thing.
Oh, that sounds very exciting.
It's kind of fun. I like it.
Well, that's a cool.
It's kind of like in Dares.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like fun. It's throwing another aspect to a game mode to involve being social.
Mm-hmm.
And like you get a bunch of people, like we did the other night. We did Dares of Eternity. I was talking about it earlier, and we did it on legendary mode, which all of us were under leveled for.
So funny.
And we were getting murdered. And at one point, Ven is like, "Okay, we just need to survive this. We need to survive this section. If we survive this section, we'll all have heavy ammo and we'll be okay."
Right.
Well, yeah,
But-
because you get heavy ammo for the last 2 encounters, infinite heavy. The first one's the hardest because you can't just spam Gallahorn and kill everything.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So it
It was so funny.
was hilarious. Like
There was
we-
more Guardian down than Quiet. Like it was
Right.
like, oh my god.
So Nick, when people die in the game, it goes Guardian down.
Yeah.
And
Guardian
so
down,
the whole
Guardian
thing
down.
started. We were killing shit, and all of a sudden we heard Guardian down, and we were like, "Oh, rip that!" And I immediately said it on the stream. I was like, "Oh, rip that guy." Not even I got guy out. It was Guardian down. I'm like, "Oh fuck, rip that guy too." Fuck, it's me. I'm dead. God damn it! And it was like, and everybody's like, "God, we just got to get through this part. Somebody stay alive. Don't forget to res me."
Instantaneous.
Yeah, like it was hilarious. But we had so much fun. Who was with us? It was
like
us.
a half
where-
an hour of like nonstop. I laughed so hard.
It was me, you, Marcus, Kat, Hazel, Seer, Sai,
Oh, sign.
John
sign.
was with us.
and then
Yeah.
Ezreal, aka John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hazel is the co-host to oh my God. Guardian
Isn't it
Down
Guardian
podcast.
Down?
Yeah, Guardian Down
Wow.
podcast. Yeah. And then he brought in CYN Sin. And he's from the Guardian Hub podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, all of us podcasters stick together, right?
Of course.
And it was fucking hilarious. We were all laughing hysterically. And then once we got to like the heavy rounds phase, we all died much less, but it was a shit show.
The last phase was a particularly major shit show.
Oh yeah,
Like, it was so crazy.
there were so many ads and everything just kills you. And they have like the one shot mechanic where if you get hit by the big boss, I don't know who it is, like
Crota.
Yeah, Crota. If you get hit by the sword, you're dead. And it was
instant death.
Guardian down everywhere. And it took, like, we thought legit we were going to hit like the time limit because it took us
Ben's
so
like,
long.
don't worry. He's like, don't worry. We have 30 minutes. I'm like, we have like a minute left. Like, we're so screwed. And we made it. We finished it like 28 and a half minutes, I think. Like, it was like,
That's great.
it was crazy.
But that's the fun group content in the game. But again, the downside to it is that's where it's a 6-person max.
Right.
Like,
That's
there's
tough.
nothing else you can do that's 12 people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could do public events.
Yeah, but how do you get into the same instance?
That's true. I don't know. You can't really make that happen.
Right, because
RNG.
the maximum is 3 people to go into a planet, right?
That's tough.
They should bump that up to 6.
Yeah.
See, that would be fun. Like, even if I would just do, honestly, some of the most fun I had was just doing public events on in the Throne World. But Nick, I will say, in the Throne World, when you start going through the campaign of the Witch Queen, you go into the castle or whatever it is, and there's the Eye of Sauron on the walls.
I thought
And
it looked a little different than that, but
It looks
Do
a
you
lot
think
like
it looks
that.
like a piece
Like-
of female anatomy? Because that's where my mind went.
I should.
Oh,
exactly did.
come on.
There we go.
That's what I
Like
commented
that.
in his chat. I was like, that does not look like the Eye of Sauron. That looks like
That was their nod to
The
it. Like, of
downstairs
course,
of
that's what it was.
it's pink and a much more elongated slit, and it even has like a circular part at the top.
Oh my word.
Like, how is that
Listen.
not the first thing you thought of?
It's not. And the first thing I thought of was the Eye of Sauron.
It's got
And we were
even
going into
black
Mordor.
shape in the middle to signify death.
Listen, mister, I've never even watched The Lord of the Rings. You do not even get to chime in on the freaking Eye of
Well,
Sauron.
I'll
or nothing.
chime in on what I want to chime in on.
Yeah, but he's chiming
Whatever.
in because he thinks it's a vagina.
Right.
We think it's the Eye of Sauron. Nick and
I'm
fucking
sorry.
yeah.
He doesn't get to vote on whether it is or it isn't, though. He's never seen the Fellowship of the Ring.
That's fair. I will say, in you guys' defense, the Eye of Sauron is also like sort of reptilian or cat-like, where it's like a up
Yeah.
and down.
meow.
But that's still, the overall shape is still kind of circular. The whole thing is like elongated, and there's like a clearly circular top piece that looks like a clitoris. So I stand by my decision, although I respect yours.
Anyways, back to Final Fantasy 14. If all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. Get our Discord info in the top right-hand corner of the website. Ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play Destiny 2, come play with us, or any of the other games like Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic, or Guild Wars 2, because they just released their most epic End of Dragons expansion
Whoa.
this fucking week. Holy cow. We would love to have you. And yes, don't worry. We are Potty Mouse, but in AIE, we're a family-friendly guild, so everybody is welcome.
Yes.
And
we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking about Destiny 2's newest, shiniest, well, maybe not shiniest, it's more grungiest expansion, The Witch Queen. Marcus, what are we talking about first?
So today we're going to break down all the cool shit that you're getting and how amazing this actual expansion is. Now, this is my first expansion with Destiny 2.
Yep.
Like, I was kind of around at Beyond Light, but like I wasn't there on day one, and it didn't really matter to me then. But this one mattered to me, so I just wanted to take some time with the Fire team and talk about it. So The Witch Queen is looking to be one of the biggest expansions you've ever seen for Destiny 2, and it's filled with the kind of content you'd expect from a new Destiny update. There's a new campaign, plus the legendary version, which I'll get to in a minute. New activities, Savathun's Throne World destination, and a new raid. So, first things first. We were there day one, that Saturday, and we all logged in right away. I streamed for 11 hours that day. and we did the campaign on regular. We enjoyed the story. Like, we could have done it on legendary, but I know myself, I didn't want to. I was definitely a little like cranky about it because like I really wanted to enjoy the story.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for other games too. You
Like,
usually play it on
my
easy.
first expansion, I did not want to be frustrated by wiping and wiping and wiping and wiping.
Yeah.
Also,
And that-
knowing what we know now about
Yes.
the scaling, I'm glad we didn't.
Yes.
It's particularly tough.
So they scale. Well, I'll get to that one second.
We'll talk
so
about it.
yeah, so we did the story. Like I said, we got almost all the way through it. If I knew there was only one mission left on day one, we should have finished it.
Yeah.
But we thought there was like 2 or 3 more missions. And after I streamed for 11 hours, I was fucking pooped.
Oh yeah, of course. You're not. Yeah. You start to lose like
Yeah.
function at that.
Well,
point.
no, I was just losing gas.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the thing. I wasn't tired because I was so engaged in the game itself.
Yeah, I get you.
So my point is, so they released that and a legendary campaign. So the legendary campaign you can play on day one, under leveled, whatever, and it's just significantly harder. It's got more mechanics. It has all the things you would expect from a hard mode.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing: is that it scales to the amount of players you have. So if you want to do it solo, you do it solo.
Okay.
But here's the other thing. If you don't do it solo, you have each player that you add,
Yeah.
the scaling goes up. So basically, the more people you have, the more spongy the enemies are.
Oh,
Like
that's
red bars, you're like unloading full clips over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
To be able to what do you call it?
Like kill anything.
Yes, to kill anything. Sorry, thank you. And for me now, it was crazy when we tried it, because I think the day 2 we tried one mission, and literally like the amount of enemies and how long it took them to kill, it was awful. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, it was too much.
Way too much, right?
I think we were putting like 3 full clips into like one enemy to kill
For
them.
Like
an
a
ad?
standard issue
Yeah.
enemy.
Oh my god.
But that
Like
was
the-
their way.
Yeah.
But I do like Yoshi. She streamed it with her fire team, and they did. They cleared it on legendary. So I guess if you went in there from day one and you're just like, okay, this is just going to take forever. I think it took them 2 or 3 nights to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like, we enjoyed the story. Like, there was no, like, it was stressful, but like you could actually enjoy it. And from the moment it started, it was fucking epic. Like when you land on Mars and then like you go up to the place where the ship is, and like you're running away on this like little walkway, and you're like, I literally stopped and just panned the camera around to look and see how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing about this game versus other games. It like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
The game is just beautiful. God of War, beautiful.
Yeah.
This game is fucking gorgeous.
Everywhere you look, you can tell they just have so much attention to the detail and the colors and the lights and the shadings and everything, and it all looks awesome.
I really appreciate that. You know, it's one thing to get like the mechanics right, but it's another thing to make everything look really beautiful. It's like really easy to get immersed, you know?
What I'm realizing about Bungie is Bungie does not sacrifice quality for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not releasing shitty anything because then it's just not getting released. Because I found out today that Witch Queen was delayed 3 months.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know that until today. I think I remember, Ven, you telling me that, but I was at that point, I wasn't like,
Was it supposed to be a holiday release?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it didn't bother me now, but now hearing that and seeing what this expansion contains, it was amazing. So I'm going to tell you, like, obviously if you spacebar through, but like our fire team, we did it I would say 12 and a half hours to do the regular story campaign, just us enjoying it. Like, I took a shit ton of pee breaks. The kids were home. I would go chat with them.
Yeah.
Like, I did take breaks, right? I'm not saying I didn't, but at the pace we went, it was fun and completely engaging.
Yeah.
And the story was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. And what I liked about the story, this storytelling, is, yes, a decision tree would be cool. Like, it's just a linear story.
Yeah.
But the story makes you feel through the whole fucking thing. And
which is, I appreciate that. That's fine.
yes.
I like a linear story sometimes.
I don't really miss the opportunity to make choices in the Destiny stories. I'm happy enough to be I guess like a silent participant or whatever. It seems like they're really well done. They're done. They're engaging.
Yeah, I don't mind, especially if you know that's what you're signing up for. You know, I feel like the most of the time I've gotten frustrated with story is when I'm expecting one and I get the other. Like, for example, in Fallout 4, a lot of the times it's supposed to be branching pathways and different outcomes, but a lot of the times, no matter what conversation options you pick, you end up with the same result, and I found that to be particularly frustrating. But like with like Halo or Call of Duty, you know, I'm thinking of other linear stories. Or even Horizon Zero Dawn is linear in terms of like what happens. I'm fine with that if it's a cool story, you know, and all those are cool stories. So if you know what you're signing up for, that's fine, you know.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Zero problems with that.
100%.
It's a cool ride, you know.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Like, and actually, the campaign made me get even more sunk into the story. And actually, the week prior to expansion, I finished the Shadowkeep story, and I think that helped me prep for the Witch Queen, like story mode kind of stuff, like story stuff.
Yeah.
And it made me enjoy it even more. And since then, we've gotten so many people to start playing the game. Yes, you, Nick, Playboy. There's so many people that play the game now that's just started playing it, and I think it's awesome because the more because the more people that play with us, the better it is. You know what I mean? Because the eventual goal is to build a 6-person raid team, right? I'm doing the quotes, the ride or dies, right?
Yeah.
The people who want to raid and like, okay, we're going into day one raiding, or we're going into a raid. It's no longer searching for raid players. It's like, okay, we're going to take our 6.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, doing it with your friends that aren't in your 6, that's fine too. But that's the goal.
Yeah, is to have your 6 like committed people.
I like to feel comfortable with the people that I'm doing stuff with too, especially if it's the first time. I don't want to do something the first time and be like, oh, like this person,
it's kind of,
I don't know if they're going to freak out and be like, yeah, you didn't do it right. And you're a jerk. You're the worst. You know, like, why are you here? You know, like, I don't want that. I want to feel comfortable and like have a good time, whether it's hard or not, kind of irrelevant, you know?
Right. Just like the environment's good. Yeah.
Anything you do the first time, it's hard.
It is, but people can make it harder by their attitudes.
For sure.
Right. And when you know the people you're playing with, it makes it more comfortable.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. I was motioning the mouse so that you could grab it and scroll around if you want to.
No, you're good.
For the show notes.
So something else that we got, and I'm going to lean on Ven for this one. We got weapon crafting, and that's brand new to Destiny 2. Ven, can you break that down a little bit? Because I'm sure you can explain it a lot more than me.
So pretty much Destiny, it's kind of like if you've played Borderlands at all, you get just a ton of guns to drop. Some of these guns that you're starting to get drop have these things, like these objectives on them, where you can get I think it's 100 kills across the board. Or if you get 100 kills, you can extract crafting materials from the guns. And then you can go to this new crafting table and you can make these guns once you've gotten the blueprints, which is its own challenge. And then actually curate roles. Because in Destiny, your drops, they have random rolls on them. It's like some perks versus others. And you're wanting to hunt for god rolls, like perks that synergize well with each other, usually like reload speed perk, damage boosting perk, stuff like that. And so the crafting, it's going to be really mitigating that RNG factor that I guess you could say has been plaguing the game. Well, not really
Well,
plaguing, but
the other
looming.
thing that's nice is that once you've created this gun that's like according to your preferences, you like can level it up and then you can reshape it with additional, maybe even better perks, like as they unlock as the gun levels up.
That's cool.
So
it's-
like you craft the gun, you use it, and then as you level it
Yeah.
up, you can put more perks into it, and then you can even get upgraded perks versus the old
Right.
perks. So
That's what I was
in
gonna say.
theory, eventually the new guns are going to be better.
They're going to be way better, I think.
That's cool.
Well, I'm going to give an example. So during the 30th anniversary, it was like Bungie's 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
So they released the Halo battle rifle essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the god roll of it was, I think it's Substance Kill Clip. Outlaw Kill Clip. And I've gotten like 5 of them, and it took Ven like 400 of them to get. All right. So, yeah. And I've gotten a ton of them.
Can you give them to him or no?
No. Nope.
There's no
but-
trading.
Right. But if this was in the weapon crafting, Ven could essentially get that gun, use it, get the 100 kills, and start shaping it to make it a god roll.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be once you have a gun and it's a god roll, you make it a god roll. You don't ever have to, you can just disintegrate the next gun because you already have the best of it.
Right. You can make it into the
then
really rare version.
I'm not sure on this. And so I'm going to speak out of turn when I say this, but I'm pretty sure they said that you're going to be able to reshape the gun whenever you want. So if
Yes,
there's like,
you can.
Yeah.
so like if there's a PvE god roll and a PvP god roll, you're going to be able to respec that gun back and forth.
If you have
You
like
could,
on
but
the
it's
fly.
that will cost, I think that will cost currency to do it. Like, I don't
A
think you're
big
going to do it.
material sink.
You're not going to do it like while you're sitting in orbit or in the middle of matches or
Oh.
something. You're going to have to
I
go
would
to
just do 2.
You're going to have to go to, yeah, I would too. That's what I was going to say. You're going to want to roll 2 of the gun, one for each situation.
So
For the record, I love the Halo battle rifle. That's one of my favorite guns in Halo.
it's
Everybody went bonkers when that was the thing. They're like, yeah.
but the damage on it isn't enough. I'm not okay.
In
So-
PvE.
Right. So I like a scout rifle, which is a single shot gun,
Okay.
right? Or like an SMG or auto rifle. I'm not a big fan of the 3-round burst guns.
Yeah. In Halo, I like it because once you get their shields down, if you get a headshot, it's insta kill.
Right. But for me, yeah, so that's it. But the cool thing is like weapon crafting is completely new. And that's something else that I'm learning, and I feel like everybody else is learning how to do. But then they released a brand new weapon. It was called the Glaive.
Okay.
And it's basically a melee machine and a gun.
It's sweet.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
sweet.
I don't know how you would explain it.
Well, Bungie described it as a cross between a spear, a gun, and a shield. The Glaive is the game's first-person melee weapon. It uses special ammo, and players can fire explosive bolts from its tip. By dealing damage, Guardians activate a special shield that protects the user from damage. There's at least one legendary glaive in the campaign and a unique exotic glaive for each class.
Oh, I forgot we were on camera.
Right.
Oh my God.
This is what I deal with when I'm reading stuff every time.
Oh
Matt or
my
Marcus will do like
goodness.
the Gluck Gluck 9000 on his mic.
The what?
Oh boy.
We'll get into it later. Moving on.
What's the Gluck Gluck 9000?
It's a blowjob technique.
I thought it was
Oh,
Gawk
all right.
Gawk.
It might
Oh,
be.
dear.
I don't know.
Oh.
Pronunciations may
Gawk.
vary.
Gawk Gawk. Anyways,
I
so
like how each of you guys know what that is, and I have no idea. So there you go.
I have no idea what
It's
it is.
what we call you.
Thanks, fucker.
Yeah. So,
That was a good
so
one.
for the record, and I'm going to tell you right now. So there's a mod for this glaive thing that suppresses the light in the enemies in the Witch Queen campaign.
Yes.
What do you
So
mean, like the
Ven
power
was
level?
like Ven murdered. Like when we went through the legendary campaign, him and I, we did it in 5 hours, mind you. We did the whole legendary campaign in 5 hours straight through, right?
Wow.
Yeah, we destroyed it. But Ven, I think at like we both died, and it said Ven had 238 kills, and I had like 80
Wow.
because he was killing everything with this fucking glaive. The cool part with this glaive is the melee does not use your ammo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can get into a crowd and melee a bunch of stuff, and then
Yes.
just
Mhm.
shoot things from a distance, get close, melee.
And what I found is when you shoot stuff with it, if you hit them in the head or like the money spot, it's almost one shot, one kill.
It's really
Wow.
strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
But they don't give you a lot of ammo with it.
right.
So
They don't. The other thing is the shield aspect of it exists, but it's much weaker.
Then you'd
Like
want.
when you think of a shield, you think, hey, this is going to protect me, but it does, but not for very long.
Interesting. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a high risk, high reward type of weapon.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm really impressed with this desk.
It's pretty epic, right?
It is pretty awesome.
Shout out to Vitesse Gaming Station.
Station.
Station. I don't know what happened there. No excuse for that. Gaming station. Yeah, it's a 63-inch giant gaming desk.
I like it because it's really deep.
Yeah, I don't know how deep it is.
It's deep.
It's like it almost.
Like fist deep?
No, it's definitely longer than my arm,
Yeah, it's definitely longer than my arm.
and I got
It's-
long monkey arms.
Yeah, and it's going way in there. Anyway, so
Oh my god, we're circling the drain here.
yes, of course we are. So in Destiny, you have special powers. I don't know what you would call it, but you have special powers. So you have a choice of the base 3, which is Arc, Solar, and Void, and then on the dark side of the Force, you have Stasis. Well, they've upgraded the specials, and Void came out with their new. It's purple.
Is that what I think?
Well, you
What
can
did-
pick.
Oh.
You can pick. You can change that whenever you want.
Oh, I think
My
I have
favorite is
purple
Solar
somewhere.
or Stasis, but that's me. But the Void, they came out with the Void 3.0. Then what is the difference between Void 3.0 and Void 2.0?
Void 3.0. So when Beyond Light, the previous expansion, came out with Stasis, it came out with this new system where you can, I guess, pick and choose what kind of moves and abilities you want. And it also introduced a new set of like passives and stuff that you can put on these classes that inherently make you stronger. So when Beyond Light came out, Stasis was so much stronger than everything else in the game. You didn't even want to run it. And so now Void 3.0 is they've overhauled the Void subclass, and now it has these same levels of abilities and passives as Stasis does.
Okay. So now it becomes a little bit more viable instead of just everybody running stasis. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
except now
Right?
everybody's running Void because now Void's the best class in the game.
Right.
Right. And later in the year, there's going to be a new Arc and Solar class. My favorite is Solar because you get to throw hammers like Thor.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
during your super. Yes, exactly. Or there's another one where you throw your hammer and where it lands, it makes a huge sunspot on the ground, and any enemy within that radius just gets burned down.
That's kind of fun.
Yes, it's so good. Anyways, then we got some Gambit changes. So Gambit is a style of PvE versus PvP. A lot of people don't like it. I personally love it because I love PvE, but I also like a little bit of PvP.
Yeah.
So basically, you get into a map, there's enemies that you have to kill. When you kill them, they drop motes or items. They drop these items, you build them up, and then there's this in the center of the map, there's a machine where you bank the motes. And first team to get to 100 motes, you spawn the final boss. Okay. Here's the twist. When you bank motes, 5, 10, or 15, small, medium, or large blocker, you send out blockers to the other side's map to stop them from being able to put in motes until they kill the blockers.
Interesting.
Yes. But then
So like you could really pile it on. If you're
Correct.
winning. Yeah.
but then you can invade their side and completely wreck their day.
like shoot them and stuff?
Yes, shoot them. So this is the PvP aspect of it.
Oh, it's like a
So, like,
combo. That's
Yes,
cool.
exactly. So you invade their side, and if you have a rocket launcher, you go fucking blow up the 4-team thing. They have to wait to respawn, and that gives your team more
to
time.
kill the PvE and
Yes.
bank more stuff.
Correct.
It's also really unfair because you see where they are at all times because it's 4-on-1.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
Well, like you
if
see
you
their name
invade.
tags. You see them.
Yeah,
through
but
walls.
if you have one person on your team that you know is an ace at like PvP, you can just strategically send them over, right?
Oh no, but that's the
Totally.
yes, but that's also the toxic side of this
Yeah.
is because with the changes they've made, every section of enemies, when you clear an area of enemies, everybody can loot the heavy ammo chest.
Uh-huh.
Everybody can. So basically what it's become is like you have unlimited heavy ammo when you go invade somebody.
Yeah,
And it's become rocket launcher heaven.
Yeah.
So people are rocket tag. So like people are complaining about that. I don't mind it. They made another change for the big boss. So when the boss spawns, they usually spawn 2 mini bosses. They're called envoys with it.
Okay. Well, like bodyguards for the
Right.
boss kind
But you used to be able to just ignore the envoys to kill the big boss.
You gotta kill him first.
Now you have to, because the boss goes immune. Now you have to kill the mini bosses and then go back. Here's the next thing: is the longer the mini bosses are up, the fucking boss regens.
Oh, okay.
So like the gambit matches for the bosses have actually last longer than they ever have. And of course
Totally.
people complain about it, but I like the balance changes.
It sounds fun though.
I
still
personally
feel
love
like
it.
it's really fun. You still get the increased every single round of, what are they called? The envoys?
Yes.
Every single round of those guys that you kill, you get a multiplier on your damage. So
Okay.
even if the other guy comes over and like kills your team and like boosts the primeval back up, you can still kill it right back down a lot faster. And with the way that the heavy drops, it's a lot easier to keep re-killing it if you have to. But I find that once you get to about, I don't know, like 6 stacks of the damage thing, even if you're at the top, if your whole team has like held onto their supers until that point, you can just go up and just nuke it, like just totally melt the primeval. So it's just a case of like managing it. I think.
Before these changes, Kat and I had this set up where we
used to kill it.
a couple waves of the envoys, and then we'd have a multiplier. Then Kat and I would just kill the boss immediately.
Just the two of us in like a couple seconds. Less than 3 seconds, 5 seconds, it would be dead. But you can still do that. You just have to not get pissed.
I don't even think you can do it anymore because it.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
I did it the other day when I was by myself. I
haven't played enough Gambit then.
I killed like 50% of the boss by myself. Like no one else was even there. Like people we knew. I was just like, whatever. I got really mad. I threw my super and emptied my heavy into it, and it almost died.
Wow.
Yeah.
This sounds really fun. It makes me want to go play that.
It is really fun.
It's a 4-man activity.
It's very fun.
So Nick, if you're with 4 people or even like 2 or 3, it is a lot of fun. If you're queuing for it solo, I feel like it's less fun.
Yeah, because you got to coordinate for that pretty substantially.
Yes.
Yeah, I in a group, like for example,
I will still play Gambit to get my bounties done by myself, but that's a totally different play style and also makes Ben really angry. He's like, why aren't we winning? I'm like, I'm getting my bounties done. And it's like, I'm doing the bounty objectives instead of trying to win.
Yeah.
Like, God damn. I'm like, nah, whatever. I'm bounties.
Gambit's the kind of activity where if your teammates suck, you're going to know.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, because you got to know what to do when,
Right. But it is, I actually like it a lot, and it is a lot of fun to do. But speaking of the weeklies, so I was yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yesterday was Wednesday.
No, Tuesday when I was streaming. I was doing 3v3 and nobody else was on. So I was like, I'll just do it myself. And as people show up, I'll play it. So I get into this 3v3. So you need to complete 3 Crucible PvP matches in order to get a piece of Pinnacle gear, which is the better gear.
Okay.
Right? For the week. Well, I got in. And so it's as soon as 3 people are dead, the round's over. Okay. This fucking asshole was in the match and he just kept jumping off the map.
Oh, that's
just to instant die. And I was like, what a douche. So like, and then another guy quit. So there was one round where I was all by myself. And that part kind of sucks
Yeah.
because they're rewarding the people to just play 3 games to get the piece of gear. So all you have to do is jump off the cliff 3 times for 3 games and you get your piece of gear.
Oh,
Because they don't want to play PvP, but like, why wouldn't you just play it? It's 3 matches.
How long could that possibly take?
Maybe like 30 minutes max.
Right. That's what I mean.
If even that much.
That's
I don't even think it takes that long.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
So yeah. All right.
I want to talk about this
Yes.
TWAB.
Yes.
So this week at Bungie, it's all about the Vow of the Disciple world first race. So I'm just gonna read it. They're referring to the race to conquer the first
Yes.
raid in the expansion. So it says, "What a wild week it's been! It feels like just yesterday we were announcing the Witch Queen, and now we find ourselves on the doorstep of a world first raid race. This is the weekend that many of you have been waiting for, strategically planning your power gains and grabbing armfuls of snacks from grocery store shelves. In under 2 days, the race begins. Let's get you up to speed. So if you're new to Destiny or have yet to engage in a raid, this is the pinnacle of our end game content. Players around the world are challenged to compete, decoding devious puzzles while engaging in heavy combat through multiple activity encounters. We're not just talking a few enemies here and there, but hordes of combatants clawing away at lives and time while players race to the finish line. We expect no different from Vow of the Disciple, with multiple teams at the final boss trading attempts at reaching victory." Interesting. Now, let's talk rules. The world first race for Vow of the Disciple will take place in contest mode. This is a unique variant of the raid, only offered for the first 24 hours, capping every Guardian at a specific power level to ensure an even playing field. We announced last week that 1530 power is your target, as this will become the highest power your Guardian will perform at against the enemies you face. Here's a quick bulleted list for all who are in the hunt for the world first win. So the Vow of Disciple race timeline starts Saturday, March 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific, also known as 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and ends Sunday, March 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 10 a.m. Pacific. Contest mode. Contest mode will cap all players at 20 power below each encounter of the raid for the full 24 hours of the race. Artifact power is enabled, but provides benefit to players up to the cap of 1530 power for contest mode.
So does that mean the artifact power works in this, or only up to 1530? Anything above 1530, it's a waste.
I think that's what it's saying.
Yeah, like 1530, like whether you're getting there by your raw gear alone or if you're getting there with your gear plus artifact, that's the cutoff.
Oh, so I'm there. I don't even need 1530 gear.
Yeah, we're done.
Interesting. So it says you'll want to reach 1530 power by Saturday to have a fighting chance in each encounter. Some gear items will be disabled in the raid for the duration of contest mode due to general issues that could provide gameplay benefits. While these items may be used in other activities, perks and functionality on the following items will be nullified within the Vow of the Disciple raid.
I want to say general issues is an understatement with some of these, and I'll talk about them.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Will be nullified within a Vow of the Disciple raid with additional negatives impacts to power levels if equipped. So they're talking about weapons. Ikelos.
I'll let Ven go.
Yeah, go ahead, Ven. Do you want to
Ikelos SMG and the Imperial Needle. So when Witch Queen came out, exotics got a 40% PvE damage buff. These two guns are legendary guns. They got that buff somehow in the code.
So
I have the god roll of the Ikelos SMG.
Yeah, well, guess what? If you equip in the raid, it's going to give you negative power.
What do you mean by that?
It means your power level is going to go down instead of up.
No, I won't use it in the raid on day one. I would use it later.
Well, yeah, you can use it other places.
Like
yeah,
everywhere else for the rest of the movie. Yeah.
Go for it.
Right.
Let's see. What else we got?
The Grand Overture exotic machine gun. Why is that?
Okay, so there's a little history. So the new machine gun and this rocket launcher, the Wardcliff Coil. Okay. There was this thing in the first raid of Destiny 2 called the Coil Glitch. So what would happen is a brick of heavy ammo would drop on the ground, and if you picked it up with this rocket, the Wardcliff Coil equipped, and then switched to another heavy gun, it would generate max heavy ammo for that gun out of thin air.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
why not give that to him? Who doesn't want an unlimited amount of power?
That's awesome.
So yeah, when this new machine gun came out, the coil glitch somehow found its way back into the game. So that's why those two are out.
Got it. Armor and mods. We've got the Worm God Caress Titan Exotic Gauntlets. What's wrong with those? Do we know?
So those pretty much when you roll a ton of mods and perks off guns the right way, you can do about 3.5 million damage with one punch. That can one-shot a raid boss.
Okay. That's crazy.
Character Greaves, same thing.
That's wicked funny. How about the Suppressing Glaive Artifact Armor mod?
So that
This is what we were talking about with the legendary campaign.
Yeah.
So pretty
This
much
is what you were
mod
using?
on the glaive. When you hit an enemy with it, they get this debuff that they kind of reintroduce to the game called suppression. So if you touch an enemy with the glaive, they get this debuff suppressed. They will not attack at all unless they're a boss. So pretty much Marcus and I would go through the campaign. I would just smack everything with my glaive. They just wouldn't be shooting at us.
Wow.
It was awesome. Like all of the like light bearing hive, they couldn't do anything. He would hit them once, they would be basically
And then I would just
numb.
run up, beat the shit out of them.
And I'd be shooting them, and then he would go hit the next one, blah blah blah, and that's how it went.
Well, that's awesome.
So yeah, they're
But
turning that
clearly-
off.
I can understand why. So it says no additional items may be disabled if issues are found prior to the start of the race. Stay tuned to @Bungie Help for the final list to be published on Saturday morning. Interesting. Well, that's cool. So they recognize that there are game breaking or like things that are fine for like regular gameplay, but like are not cool for a competition like that. So they're cutting them out.
Right,
Yeah.
but
I
all those
respect
things
that.
are probably going to fix
Yeah, eventually
later. But like
right now they're like, hey, we know these are not, these are broken. We're not letting you use them for this competition, and that's cool.
well,
I'm glad they recognize.
well, the
that.
other
That's
thing
cool.
is if that suppression glaive, people would just mow through the raid.
Yeah,
They'd suppress everything,
right.
everything
Well,
possible.
what I'm wondering though is when are they planning on bringing it back? I mean, like, are they going to
so
bring
you
it
can
back, or
still
will it
use
never
it.
come
It's
back?
just not going to work inside the raid.
Well, I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is, will it ever work in there? Well, then
Yes,
they just
yeah, yeah. too.
It's just the first 24 hours.
It's just for the world first.
It says like these things are disabled for the duration of contest mode, which is just that 24-hour block.
okay, sweet.
yeah.
Basically,
I'm not
basically
really
all they
super
care about.
worried. Yeah, I'm not super worried about day oneing because I don't not have a team for that. But
Yeah.
I am concerned with I want to finish it within the time period to potentially purchase the raid jacket.
Yes,
because that's like kind of a big thing that I want.
That's cool.
me
maybe.
too.
Wait, is it a real jacket?
Yes, the real jacket.
It is, and it's so nice. I got one from the Deep Stone Crypt, and I like love it. But
So I'll
Yeah.
explain this to Nick. So pretty much you have when the raid comes out, you have a set block of time, there's like a week and a half to
Yeah.
beat the raid. And so pretty much when you beat the raid, you unlock this achievement that gives you a code for the Bungie store because
And
the
you can go-
list price for the jacket is like $1 million.
yeah, it's literally $1 million. But then you put in your code, your discount
And
code,
it's like
and then it
60
comes.
bucks or something,
Well, it was a lot more than that, but it's fine because I wanted the jacket. So
like
whatever.
200 or something.
Who
I-
knows?
Honestly, can't remember
I
how
thought
much
it was like
I-
150.
It was more
Well,
than that, but that's
So,
okay.
well, for me, like the Acer Scepter, a gun.
Yeah.
I did the exotic quest and unlocked it, and there was a beanie, and it's a pretty dope beanie. It was like $25 for the beanie, but I unlocked it. I ordered that shit. It'll be here
yeah,
in like
that's so
April.
cool.
Yes,
It's kind
and
of
like,
fun.
and
What
when
are the
you're
fun?
when
Sell
you're
merch.
walking around and you see somebody with that beanie or that Deep Stone Crypt coat,
Right.
you're gonna know what that is because you're gonna see the fucking logo on it. You're gonna be like,
Yeah. But you know what? I have to say, like
Right.
the most disappointing thing about this winter is that I've been wearing like my raid jacket shit everywhere. Not one person has been like, "Hey, Deep Stone Crypt."
yeah, but
Not once, guys.
yeah.
It's
Well,
pretty sad.
yeah. So, Nick,
But
what
you
does
know.
it say for the completion?
Completion. The first team to complete all encounters, loot the final chest, and return to orbit will earn the title of World First. And it comes with like a WWE style belt thing. It says, nope, the 6 fire team members present upon the completion of the final encounter will be declared the winners and will be awarded raid world first title belts. Any member of the fire team who leaves during earlier encounters completions will not qualify. Interesting. So if you swap members, they got to be in the final 6.
Yeah.
Winners will be announced via @Destiny the game after a validation process. More details on that below.
AKA don't cheat.
Yeah, they got to make sure you didn't cheat. So art was going to be updated after the world first competition, so we'll be watching as players progress through each encounter, ensuring a fair race among all participants. Any players found to be breaking our terms of service or manipulating content will be banned. Blah 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 blah. If you complete the first if you complete the contest mode version of Valve the Disciple during the first 24 hours, you'll receive a unique emblem to celebrate your victory. So that's cool. So even if you complete it at all in the first 24 hours, even if you're not first, you get a cool emblem. Let's see. Contest mode will be the ultimate challenge for many, but for others, it's more fun and interesting to watch some Destiny PvE legends take this on. We'll be alongside you in Twitch chats and more as players make their way through the activity. If you'd like an additional space to watch the race on, check out bungie.net/raid race once the raid goes live, or tune into the raid day tailgate hosted by Professor Broman and Rec 1568. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, dude.
They're actually promoting
yes,
content in the game.
But that's, dude, like that. I went back and Googled that, the tailgate.
Yeah.
They're basically the commentators are just hanging out and they're going from streamer to streamer's chat to see you. It's like NFL Red Zone,
right?
You're going to different streams. Oh, are they going to do the next mechanic? Let's check out Nick Vern 51.
Let's see how
they're fucking dead. Let's
right.
go to Vennaros. Oh, they killed this part. But now no
one else has killed that part. How did they do that?
Yes, and then
yeah,
this is fucking huge.
That's really cool. Marcus hit the oops button.
Oops button. Anyways,
what's the oops
back
button?
down.
I backed out of his.
My side buttons on my mouse are like a back and forward key in a web browser. And
you went too far.
Oh,
back up to the yellow.
Right
there. Oh, down.
Right here.
Yeah. So, basically, I'm excited for this because I've never been a part of a world race.
Yeah.
I would love to do it, but the reality is, if I did it for fun and I'm not trying to go for 24 hours and doing that, I would be more inclined to try it just to say I did it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't feel like I know enough about Destiny mechanics to be able to say, oh my God, this is like the raid back in D1's fucking EDZ, this, that, or the other thing. And to know all of that mechanics and know what to see, because I don't have enough skill in the game.
You know what I mean? They don't recycle mechanics at all. So you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. But still.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Well, yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. You never know. You might see me on day one streaming.
Why not? Can I talk about the jacket quest?
Yes.
This is cool. This is what you were referring to, Kat. If you're looking to show off your participation in the raid launch week and want something nice to wear on your evening walks, we also have a Vow of the Disciple raid jacket offered to you for you to earn. That's cool.
Yeah, so you basically have 1 week to clear the raid. If you clear it in the first week, you earn the jacket.
That's really cool.
I totally want it again.
That's
I actually got it by accident last time. So this time it would be nice to get it on
purpose. Just happened to
So-
clear it and you're like, oh, what is this?
So
I did it
even
with
if
friends,
I don't,
and then I got an email.
right? So if so my thought is this.
Yeah.
Day one is Saturday to Sunday at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
My
Mhm.
stream is Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Honestly, I think that's when I start the raid. If I don't get in there day one at all. And I'm pretty sure if you clear a couple of bosses, you get the lockout, right?
Yeah, we would get a checkpoint.
Right. So even if we clear one boss, I'll go back Monday and do it again. Tuesday, do it again.
Well,
And,
Tuesday
if-
resets.
Well, then it will reset. Yeah.
Oh, well, what I'm saying is even if we go Sunday night and try it and see how far we get, and then even Monday, even if we don't finish the raid on Monday, at least we'll know how to do it for Tuesday, and that'll give us the rest of the week to clear. Will it clear on Saturday or the first week, or will it clear on reset?
Well, contest mode goes away on
It'll
24 hours.
It'll still reset, I think, our checkpoints on Tuesday, but we still have the time period to finish the raid.
No, but I'm saying is, I wonder when.
Yeah, I
the
think
one
contest will get taken off the check.
No, contest gets taken off at 1 p.m. on Sunday. But my question is when is the 1 week? Is the 1 week from Saturday or the 1 week from the Tuesday?
Well, so you get from the Saturday to the next Tuesday after. So you get from the 5th through the 14th.
So you get 10 days.
Pretty much.
That's cool.
I'm fucking amped.
I'm pumped, and I have played like 3 hours of Destiny, so.
Yes.
Not for nothing. I also want to point out that we already earned our boots if we want to order them. I'm ready for all the gear, everybody.
Wait a minute. Is this just on like the Destiny store? Can
go
I
to
look this up?
Bungie.com.
Yeah, go to Bungie. Yeah, check it out. There's boots for if you finished the legendary campaign. I think it's too late if you haven't done it already. But if you finish the legendary, yeah.
I did not.
Is it in the Bungie store?
Yes, you did.
Before I binged it with you.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I found the raid jacket. Bungie rewards Vow of the Disciple raid jacket. It's
there it is.
Really, really cool.
It looks really nice, doesn't it?
How much is it? Is it $1 million?
$150.
It's currently $150.
Yeah, but this is only available who complete the Vow Disciple raid by March 15th
at 10 a.m.
Oh, did they actually manage to somehow code lock them this time?
Yes.
Yeah, so
you can't buy it. It's $150, but you can only buy it if you have a code.
And it's by
Someone
March
bought it for $1
15th.
million.
Yeah, so it's Saturday. When's March 15th?
The Tuesday after the Tuesday after.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like a week and a half after the
10 days.
Day. Yeah.
Interesting. It's really cool though. For those of you just listening, it's like, how would you describe this?
It's like an army style jacket.
Yeah, but
It's
the
khaki?
Windbreaker.
it's khaki, but I think it's like a green color, but it's got like these really crazy designs on the inside.
It's because the raid's in the swamp.
Oh, and then like there's like ribbons on the front pockets, the breast pockets, if you will. I think is it like rain jacket material?
The one I have is like a winter jacket, but maybe that's because it was Europa and it was freezing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right. It also seems to fold up into a travel size. This might be a raincoat.
It has like mine came with like a really cool like container storage thing. So maybe that's what that is. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that looks separate. You're right. Very cool.
Go back, Nick.
To where?
No, like back to the Bungie store.
Oh.
Yeah, but see, those are the boots she ordered.
Oh, those are sweet too.
They're really
Bungie
nice.
Rewards, the Witch Queen Legendary Palladium Palashock boots.
But I will point
look
out
like-
they didn't make them in women's sizes. So I guess I was assumed to not be able to fucking win that or something. Like, fuck you, Bungie. Where's my women's size shoes, bitch? Like, come on.
What the shit?
It's gender
Anyway.
neutral.
Now, yeah, so like all I'm going to say is those are some intergalactic space boots.
Yeah, those definitely they look like an army-tized or like militarized version of like the moon boots from like the
Moon
90s.
boots, yes.
I
But
think
they're
they're going to
cool.
look
They're
good
cool
with
looking,
jeans
though.
and like leggings and stuff. Like, whatever. They're
Agreed.
good.
No, I agree. That sounded like I was hating. I was not hating. I was just trying to describe for the listeners.
But anyways, go back again.
Yeah, what else we got here? Some cool
there's
patches.
Yeah.
Witch Queen poster. Savathun, the Witch Queen
I
limited
want
edition
that.
statue.
I want that fucking thing.
That's really epic.
But scroll down, see if you can find
some cool mugs.
You probably can't see the Triumph unlocks. Because like you could see that Acer Scepter
like the older ones
hat that I just ordered. But anyways, go to merchandise.
Okay.
And then
30th anniversary collection?
No.
That might be from last season.
Apparel.
The Aegis Scepter came from last season.
Yes. But it's not on the website.
Limited
either
edition.
way.
Maybe you can't get it anywhere.
Well, no, but it would be under like you can scroll. Oh, there it is.
The Bungie Rewards Anger's Scepter. Anger's?
Look at that. That shit is legit.
Agar. Sorry. Agar.
So you can wear it two ways.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude.
It's like for those of you just listening, this is
It's ombre.
a black ombre.
Yeah, where it like goes from one
girl's
color
hairs?
to the like one color to the next.
Isn't that balayage?
I don't fucking know, dude.
That's a balayage, man. The
Oh, boy.
so the it fades from black towards the rim of the beanie to like a hot pink towards the top, and it's cool looking for sure.
Yes, I can't wait. But anyway, so
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
all right, Kat, tell everybody where they can find you.
Where they can find me?
Yes.
You can find me at Cat's Tales. It's cats_tales on Twitch. And I'm on multiple nights per week, I guess.
What is your schedule?
My schedule is Wednesday, Thursday nights, 9 to midnight. And then I'm also on days. I'm on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 1 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern, yes.
And Ven, where can people find you?
Nowhere. I'm a ghost.
You can find Ven in the Discord. So if you want to clear the legendary campaign, join the
Don't do that, please.
join the Nerds Community Discord and get Ven to help you clear it.
Oh, God.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.